I gave up looking for my husband a very long time ago.
Girls, this is how we're handling ghosting in 2025. If he ghosts you,
you're trying to meet a man right now, like today, tomorrow. Go to the gym.
In 2025, the year of our healing era, if someone ghosts us, we are going...
Modern women don't need relationships. They need to heal away their pain and trauma.
Babes, if it's 2025 and you're still asking the question, what are we? Might be time to leave that situationship.
I do not care how much money you have. If I can't picture myself kissing you, it's a wrap.
Dude, I am so fucking sick of men in my comment section.
The truth can be hard for some to swallow, but the thing is, men aren't playing anymore. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
girls, this is how we're handling ghosting in 2025. If he ghosts you, send his obituary to the local newspaper. Type up his eulogy and send it to his family, along with flowers and a card that says something to the effect of, "I'm so sorry for your loss." If he wants to ghost, I will treat you as if you have become a spirit.
I gave up looking for my husband a very long time ago. Which means this is a lawless land. It is every man and woman for theyself. May the best man win, for real.
Reasons why you are single and miserable. You are doing single all wrong. Number one, you should be dating multiple men. You need to be dating 2 to 3 men baseline, okay?
Date several men at the same time. Don't fall in love. Don't become over emotional and get your money. Have a focus. Have some focus when you're dating. Make a goal. Okay, I'm going to be dating, let's say you're going to be dating 3 men. Your goal is to pay for nothing, to get a couple of bills paid, or to get some money to stack, save, or start a business. That's your goal, nothing else.
As you can see, this is the kind of advice these dating coaches are giving to women nowadays. Date multiple men at once, get a few bills paid, collect some money from each guy, and use that to start a business. This is being pushed as some kind of strategy or leveling up, when in reality, it's rooted in manipulation and selfishness. And the irony? These are the same women who constantly claim to be strong and independent, yet somehow their version of independence involves relying on men's wallets to fund their lifestyle. If you're truly independent, why are you depending on men to finance your goals? What's even more revealing is that many of these so-called dating coaches aren't in healthy relationships themselves. They're often single, bitter, or chasing validation. And yet they're out here giving other women advice that's toxic, short-sighted, and destructive to genuine connection. This mindset teaches women to use men instead of learning how to build with them.
I am not interested in a project right now. I'm interested in a leader. Please come already built. I don't have the capacity to do that. I just don't have it.
So I'm single like 5 months now, and I was in a 3-year relationship. And when I tell you, dating pre 3 years ago to dating now, it's a whole different ball game. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It honestly should be a tax write-off.
For what?
There should be giant tax write-offs for women just needing to be a woman. Alive, presentable, done.
Oh, another one of these. I actually hope that they're kidding, because it's rather hard to imagine the amount of entitlement that has to be located in one person in order for them to think that they deserve reimbursement from the government for 1, just existing, and 2, looking presentable.
Do you know how much time, money, do you know how expensive it is for a woman to just be alive and presentable?
Just speaking from my personal experience, it really doesn't take that much time. And it's not that expensive. But I have found that if a person thinks that they need to spend a lot of money, then they will.
I'm no low-maintenance girly, okay? I understand that. I'm a high-maintenance bitch. That's fine. I pay for it. I manage that. I'm the one that has to deal with the high-maintenance-ness.
Well, I have to give credit where credit is due. At least they're self-aware in so much as being high maintenance goes. And they're responsible enough to take care of it all on their own. So good for them.
Sometimes I really wish I could be the girl that literally does mascara and that's it and runs out the door, doesn't get her nails done. That would be... I would have so much more time in life and just did ponytails every day. Or maybe if I was just a man. Maybe I should just be a man.
Well, that went south quickly, didn't it? But just a gentle reminder, there's nothing at all wrong with being low maintenance. As long as you're happy being who you are, that's all that matters.
Amazing, isn't it? A woman who truly believes that women should get a tax write-off just for existing, simply for being a woman, not for running a business, not for creating jobs, not for contributing something meaningful to society, just for existing in female form. This is the kind of entitlement mindset that's being encouraged today. It's not about equality anymore, it's about special treatment. It's the belief that femininity alone should be rewarded without effort, accountability, or contribution. And what's worse is that ideas like this are actually gaining traction online, celebrated under the banner of female empowerment. But let's be real, wanting benefits without responsibility isn't empowerment. It's entitlement dressed up as feminism. You can't claim to be strong and independent while demanding handouts and privileges just for being who you are. That's not strength. That's delusion.
Why are you single? I'm going to say this one time, okay? Are you listening? It could be because I'm an empath who's attracted to emotionally unavailable men, and that I also view red flags as some sort of amusement park that will eventually spin me around in a narcissistic circle until I vomit.
I'm really concerned that the longer I stay single, I think I'm just going to be single forever, and like not in a sad, like, oh, she's single forever, like forever alone. Like, I downloaded Hinge for an hour and like flipped through a couple people and was like, oh God, I cannot imagine any one of those people sitting on my couch with me. Like, I just like being alone so much that like the thought of introducing somebody else into my time is just so unappealing. Like, I'm like genuinely concerned for myself, but that's okay.
This is just a friendly reminder in case you already forgot that we said we were not doing any situationships in 2024. Everyone should be allowed like 1, 2, maybe 3 as a maximum if you're like started a little bit younger, situationships. After that, we don't do any more situationships. It's come up a few times recently with girlfriends being like, I think I'm in a situationship and I'm in my 30s and I'm just having to sit here and be like, guys, we're not doing situationships anymore. And what I've said to all of them and what I'm going to say to you is I think that the biggest power move when you feel like you have found yourself in a shitty situationship is to just call this person or meet up with them and say, I like you, see what they say, and just with no bad feelings, just be like, I want to be in something that's progressing and I do like you. And so I would want things to progress with you. And if you're not ready for that, that's totally cool. But it's 80 degrees and sunny outside in New York. So I'm not going to be waiting for your text for not even one more day.
What she described is a perfect example of women giving themselves away when they're young, only to try and settle down later around 30. She casually said, maybe 2 or 3 situations when you're younger, then after that, no more. Like, that's supposed to make it better. But by the time they're ready to get serious, the damage is often already done. What they fail to realize is that those so-called situations weren't just harmless fun. They were forming habits, mindsets, and patterns. They were giving their time, energy, and bodies to men who never valued them, thinking it wouldn't matter later. But it does, because when they finally want something real, they often find that good men aren't lining up to play clean-up crew for a past they now regret. Why would a good man take you seriously when you were letting everybody get a turn while overlooking men who might have actually cared about you? Respect is a two-way street. You can't expect a man to give you the loyalty, love, and commitment that you never gave to yourself when it counted.
Okay, so where are people meeting their significant others in 2025? Because my entire life, literally the past 5 years, the only place I have met people has been bars, clubs, Hinge, Tinder, Raya, and Bumble. I've had zero success that entire time. And I don't know, I need new strategies, especially I live in a small town for the time being. I hardly have any friends here because I lived in Los Angeles for 4 years and I don't know how to meet people. I don't know if I need to sign up for an AA meeting group because I'm trying to drink less. I don't know if maybe I can meet someone there. I don't know if I need to try to, join a book club. I don't even know if they have those where I live. It beats me. It's, I have no idea. So if you have suggestions, let me know.
Men love the chase. And guess what? If he's not chasing you, he's chasing someone else. Let's say you've had a guy pursue you and you've just been doing your own thing, focusing on yourself, and he's so persistent for a date. He's so persistent. He wants to take you out. He wants to do something with you. He's in your inbox. He's messaging you, and you finally give in. And you're like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go on a date with you. I'm going to hang out with you. Whatever, let's do it. You then notice that once you do this thing with him, he then pulls away straight away. He stops messaging you. He stops pursuing you. He stops trying with you. He basically gives up. That is because he loves the chase and now he has you. It's basically a way of boosting their ego. They know, oh, I still got her, I can still do it, I can still get anyone I want. If he has pulled away from you after pursuing you, you can bet that he's probably talking to someone else and doing the exact same thing. I know in your sweet feminine energy, you want to trust men and you want to trust everyone around you and give them that maternal love, but do not trust a man you don't know. You don't know him, and if he's giving inconsistent behavior of giving you everything, pulling away, giving you everything, pulling away, that is an emotionally immature man. That is a man who is driven by ego and loves the chase and probably has a roster and is doing it with other women. So if he pulls away, let him pull away because he's not worth your time.
No, it's not true at all. I don't know where these women get this idea that men love the chase. That's just another myth pushed to justify playing hard to get or acting disinterested. But let's be real. What exactly is a man supposed to be chasing? Chasing someone who clearly isn't interested? Chasing a woman just so she can boost her ego and feel validated? There's nothing exciting or romantic about that. In fact, it's frustrating and exhausting. A lot of men do show interest, genuinely. But when they're met with games, attitude, or a sense of entitlement, they pull back. And rightfully so. Men don't want to chase, they want to connect. They want effort returned, respect, warmth, not a woman who acts like she's doing him a favor just by giving him a moment of her time. The whole men love the chase narrative has led to so many women thinking the best way to attract a man is to act cold, difficult, or emotionally unavailable. And because of that, many of them are still very single.
You are no longer going to be wasting your time speaking to men that you know do not have the qualities that you're looking for in a man. You are no longer going on dates with men just because you're thinking, well, I haven't got much of a roster, not really any quality men out there. Let me just go on a date with this guy and just see what happens. No. Ladies, we are doing what we call high value dating now. High value dating means you have standards, you have expectations, and you have boundaries. You have very strong boundaries. And one of those boundaries is the ability to walk away from something that you feel does not serve you. The guy who you know is not the right guy for you. Being a high value woman means you walk away from that man. Do not sit there and entertain a conversation with him. No.
This is for the girlies who really want to get married but haven't had any promising prospects recently, because the dating pool in general is overwhelmingly disappointing, but your idealism is still really high, but you're kind of hopeful, but also you kind of gave up a little bit. Okay, so this is for you. I met this girl I think a year ago. I think it was May of last year, and she was newly pregnant, and I was just talking to her about how incredible her life was based off of what she was telling me. I was like, you're living my dream protector provider man, the baby on the way, this is amazing, I'm so happy for you, not at all sad for me. And she was like, girl, don't count yourself out. Don't count yourself out. Life can happen so fast. You never know what's around the corner. And I just wish that I remembered her name or had a way of contacting her, because it is a year and 1 month later after that, and I have been married for 4 months now. And I would not have believed you if you told me that a year and a month ago. Life really can happen incredibly fast. She was right, and I'm right, and you can have that too. Do not count yourself out. Time is not real. Anything can happen.
I do agree that any woman can be married and have kids if she truly wants to. There's always a possibility. But to be honest, many women today are out of luck. The traditional lifestyle that so many of them now yearn for, the husband, the kids, the stable home, has been dismantled largely by women themselves and the modern ideologies they embraced. While the possibility is still there, there's also a growing reality that many men today are simply opting out of marriage altogether. So not only will it get harder for these women to find a husband in their 30s, but they'll also be competing for that wifey spot with younger women. The pool of marriage-minded men is shrinking, and the standards are rising. Men are more aware now. They're asking themselves, what's in it for me? They've seen the divorce rates, the horror stories, and the imbalance in modern relationships.
I truly don't know if the quality of men is just awful or if I'm just being overly strict and I need someone to tell me. And this is not going to be the video for the misogynist because I am going to complain about men. Trigger warning. So I haven't dated a man in a year. And I just don't know if it's because I'm overly strict or if it's like the men that are the problem. For example, a guy was supposed to call me and I told him what time I got off of work. And the day that he was supposed to call me, I did not hear from him in like 8 hours. And I knew automatically the minute that he messaged me that I was going to ghost him. Like I was going to leave him on scene because I felt like if you can go 8 hours without speaking to me, then our communication styles just aren't aligned. But then I was like, is that like being inconsiderate because people got things going on? Which I am understanding of because I'm not a good texter. I'm not. But also I feel like when I like somebody, especially at the beginning, right at the beginning, I am quick to text them back, okay? Because I'm interested. Like, it's almost pathetic, okay, how quick I am to text back. And I'd be having to, stop myself. But I just feel like if you can go 8 hours and then you said you were going to call me and it's been 8 hours and I haven't heard from you, I just feel like, ick, red flag, I'm not going to even continue to entertain that. But is that overly strict? Or like a different situation, I was talking to a guy and he was like responding to my messages. Like we were having a conversation, but truthfully, it felt like an interview. Like I felt like I was just asking him questions and I didn't feel like he was asking me follow-up questions. So then I just cut it off and ghosted because I just felt like he wasn't, to me, that tells me you're not interested in me because this is not an interview. Why am I just asking follow-up questions and you don't have nothing to say or ask me? It's like you just want to talk about yourself. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'm just being overly strict because this is both of those situations is like only a week in, but I feel like it only takes me a week to know like you're a red flag. But then also because in the past when I have not listened to that, in the end, I've always proven myself right. So I don't know.
I think what this really highlights is the fact that she's running into men who aren't taking her seriously. It's harsh, but it's also the truth. This is the reality of dating when a woman hits her late 20s into her 30s, especially if she spent her earlier years exploring and pushing away commitment. What women need to understand is that good men who are serious, loyal, ready to build, don't stay in the market for long. They get scooped up quickly, usually by women who recognized their value early on and didn't waste time playing games or chasing fantasies. The longer a woman waits, the harder it becomes to find a man who takes her seriously. Not because she's less worthy as a person, but because the dating landscape shifts. She said she hasn't dated in a year and now finds herself back in the dating scene. And she's realizing it's not what she expected. What she's walking into isn't the same dating world she left. A year off might not sound like much, but in today's fast-paced, emotionally detached dating culture, that's enough time for things to shift dramatically.